Hi, this is Rajat Sahani, and today we will talk about how we can use sunlight in order to get ourselves fit and healthy naturally. One thing that we need to understand in context is that human beings evolved to be outdoors during the daytime and indoors during night time, indoors and in darkness. So we have evolved to have light and sunlight during the day and not limited to 30 minutes, 1 hour. Throughout the day we were always outside, outdoors, doing activities, doing physical work. That is how the human body has evolved. And at night, you would probably, after you do your work, you would eat your meal and then go back when there is no artificial light in olden days, right? Electricity is also a modern construct, quite modern. It's just 100, 200 years back that we have been able to actually, only in the 20th century has electricity become widely available to everybody. You would go back evolutionarily or even till around 200 years back, you would go back and it would be dark, you would eat your meal before and then you would sleep after a little bit of a gap. So for human hormones, for all our hormones to work best, we actually need to have sunlight and be outdoors during the day, be physically active, eat natural food items and then sleep at night. At night there should not be any artificial lights. There should not be any artificial lights which are too bright at least, right? Ideally you get rid of all artificial lights, but that's not possible in the modern day and age. So what we can do, which is similar, is at least have dim yellow lights. Not bright white color, bright intense LED lights, which actually are very bad for your circadian rhythm. In response to light, in response to sunlight and in response to artificial light as well, which behaves like sunlight, the body actually releases few hormones which make you active. And there is a hormone called melatonin which actually makes you drowsy at night. That gets released when there are no bright artificial lights on your head, on your face, on your skin. So it's not only the eyes which are getting affected, all the cells of the body give a signal that this is the time to actually sleep. This is the time to get drowsy. But that signal is actually disrupted if we are sitting in bright artificial light at night. On the flip side, this is on sleep. On the flip side, there is sunlight. So during the day, there should not be any restriction on being out in sunlight. So what are the benefits that you get from sunlight? Like I said, there is a circadian rhythm of the body which actually determines which hormones will get released at what time. So for all the hormones to release correctly, you need to be outdoors during the day and get sunlight during the day, and you need darkness and rest and peace at night where you are recovering. So that's how circadian rhythm works well. So first very good thing of sunlight is that you will have perfect circadian rhythm if you have the perfect sleep and sunlight cycle. The second thing that sunlight helps in is of course vitamin D production, and vitamin D is just one out of the many small benefits of sunlight. But of course vitamin D is also a very major benefit. Right now as an estimate, 80-90% of urban Indians are known to be vitamin D deficient, which is ridiculous because sunlight is so prevalent in India. So there is no reason for Indians to be sunlight or vitamin D deficient. So we need to get out of our AC houses and cars and offices and at least make time for at least an hour of physical activity done outdoors, not inside a gym. This is actually a good time to be doing this because there is coronavirus. So in case you have a garden, make full use of it like this one. Or if you are able to later on after the lockdown, go to a park, do that, do your exercises outdoors. Or you can actually use the terrace in your house, or minimally keep all the windows open during the day so that you are sitting in natural light. You will get your sunlight that way. That is also a great source of getting sunlight. So whenever you are working during the day, doing any office work, any work that you are doing, make sure your windows are absolutely open. Sunlight which passes through a glass does not produce vitamin D in your body. So you need, if you want to keep some barrier, ideally don't keep barriers. If you want to keep a barrier, keep a jali, mesh from where sunlight can come in, stream in. But that's direct sunlight. It is not filtered through a glass. When you're outdoors, make sure that even you don't always need to be only in direct sunlight. Direct sunlight is coming directly on your skin. That is also required. But you can also do indirect sunlight. Whenever the direct sunlight gets too hot, go into the shade, go under a tree, go in a veranda in your house where there is some shade. In the shade, I think one of the things that was that I had read long time back was that it is 5 degrees cooler than it is in the direct sunlight. So actually it's much cooler and much more, we all know it intuitively also. It's much cooler and much better to actually sit in the shade. But as far as you're doing exercise, what I personally do, even apart from the lockdown, I've always loved to do exercise outdoors in a garden or a park, and use any kind of swings bar as a pull-up bar and just do pull-ups on it. Pull-ups, push-ups, walking lunges, split jumps, point-to-point running. So these are all amazing exercises. Especially when done outdoors in sunlight, your whole body's temperature rises. It gives you a protection against flu, against all kinds of viral fevers, and probably even against coronavirus. So it is not validated by research yet. But overall your immunity actually goes through the roof. Your overall health and fitness is amazing when you do this. So you need 2 things for your hormones to work perfectly well. Make sure you're getting your sunlight, make sure you're getting your sleep. Of course, you also need your nutrition, exercise and motivation, which rounds up our Fit Galaxy's 5 principles.